Hello VC, George back with another video. This time I'm going to show my collection of Bill Frisell LPs. Bill Frisell is an American jazz guitarist. He's been recording since about 1985, I know of. He's made a lot of CDs that aren't on vinyl, and he's recorded dozens of albums for other artists. But today I'm going to show you these Bill Frisell's solo albums he's put out on vinyl. So the first one is In Line, and this was released in 1985. And it's on ECM. That's Bill there. And this album's pretty, I wouldn't say basic, but it's Bill, just Bill on guitar. There's a bass player playing on half the album. It's quite simple, and it's quite like, his music's quite similar in all his albums. There's quite a line to his music. It's Bill Frisell. His style is so, you know it right away. Whether he does slightly different genres in music. So In Line's the first album in 1985 on ECM. His second album is called Rambler, and this is with a band this time, and this is from 1985. Oh, In Line was 83. It's Rambler, it's 85. And the musicians on this four-piece: Kenny Wheeler, the great trumpet player, Bob Stewart, tuba, Jerome Harris, electric bass, and the great Paul Motion on drums, which Bill plays on quite a few Paul Motion albums. This is quite more of a test. More in the, although it's modern jazz, it's more in the experimental, almost bebop, hard bop style. Still good though. That's the Rambler. Again on ECM. The next album I have is a compilation on ECM called Works. It's a compilation of 3 albums. The 2 I just showed. I'm not sure where the other tracks come from. Might be missing an album, but I don't think so. That's Works. And this was out in 1988 on ECM. Next album's the only album that Bill done and called it the Bill Frisell Band. And this is Look Out for Hope. Looking Out for Hope in 1988 on ECM again. That's a 4-piece band. And we've got Bill again on electric, acoustic guitars and banjo. Joey Barron on drums, Hank Roberts cello and voice, and Kermit Discrill on bass. So the next album is back to just Bill Frisell on the label, and again there's 5 tracks on this, and this is on Electra. and it's called Before We Were Born. was released in 1989. This time we'll have a couple of guitarists playing. Bill Frisell. So we have on it, I'll find it, Hank Roberts is on cello, Kermit Driscoll on electric bass, Jory Barron on drums. So it changes a wee bit, different tracks. Arto Lindsay on electric guitar on some tracks. So there's a few different musicians on this. Good album. Before we were born. Next off, Bill Frisell, Is That You? And this is on Elektra again, Non-Such. And this was out in 1990. And this is quite an interesting album. He's slightly moving away from the experimental jazz music, free for all, and he's getting a bit smoother, and it's a real interesting album, really cool. And it's a 4-piece again. We've got Wayne Horvitz who on keyboards, who I think is more or less plays keyboards the rest of his albums, really, I think. Joey Barron on drums again, and Dave Hoostra on tuba and some bass. But Bill's playing guitars, bass, banjo, ukulele and clarinet, so he does quite a lot in this. Is That You? Good album, interesting album. Quite enjoyable. The next album, and Bill's getting more refined every album he comes out. And this is Nashville, and it's on a double album. There we go. And this was released in 1997 on CD, and this is one of the ones that have been re-released on vinyl. In 2018 this was released. It's on Non-Such from Run Out Groove. I think there's only 3,000 copies of these made, so good album. It's more focused, it's obviously country in style a bit, and quite a lot really. What we've got, produced by Wayne Horvitz again. There's just the insert there of Bill and the tracks, track listing. So most of the tracks are penned by Bill. One of These Days, penned by Neil Young. Most of them are Bill Frisell's compositions. And the band on this is, here we are. Bill on guitar, Victor Krause on bass, Jerry Douglas on dobro, Ron Block on banjo and acoustic guitar, Adam Steffi on mandolin, Robin Holcomb on vocals on 3 tracks, and Pat Bergson on harmonica on 2 tracks. And this is a great album. It's more focused. I've got that country twang on it. Love this album, brilliant. It was recorded in Nashville and mastered in New York. Good stuff, that's Nashville. Next one is Good Dog, Happy Man. And this came with a CD at the time. And again, another double album. What does it say about this? And basically just it's on 180 grams, the CD on a hype sticker. Pressed at Palace in Germany. So this was recorded in 1999. It was reissued by Non-Such again in 2009. And there's a great vibe on this album, really groovy. Just rocking, and again it's got a slight country Nashville sound to it. And the musicians on this, 5 pieces time we wear, Wayne Horvitz on keyboard, Greg Lees, Victor Krause again, Jim Keltner on drums, and then we have the great Ry Cooder guesting on one track. And the track is, I think most of these tracks are written by Bill Frisell again. And the Ry Cooder track is a traditional track. So we have Bill Frisell on electric guitar, acoustic guitar, loops and music boxes. But Bill Lees on pedal steel, dobro, lap steel, national steel and mandolin. We have organ, piano, bass. I love this album too, it's a great album. As again, it's a wee bit like Nashville, the last album. Some different musicians. But Bill's getting smoother every time, you know. Great album. Next we have The Big Sur. S-U-R. Again, this is on a double album. All double albums, because I think most albums now are recorded for an hour, CD size, so most of them won't fit on vinyl. Produced by Lee Townsend, who again does most of Bill Frisell's albums, The Big Sur, and this was recorded at Glen Devon Ranch in Big Sur, California, 2012. Where are we, Big Sur? So 2013 this was released on OK Records. A great album again. Bill's guitar on this is fantastic. The band, oh yeah, I mean Bill Frisell. We've got Rudy Royston, who starts playing a lot of drums for Bill. And then the other 3 musicians, they're I think they're more classical. We've got violin, cello and viola. All this music on this album was written at Glen Devon Ranch and performed for the first time at the 2012 Monterey Jazz Festival. Again, another great album. Well recommended. Next album is Guitars in the Space Age. And this is a 14-track album recorded in 2014. And quite a wacky album. And with a lot of like 50s type guitar. I mean this could have been a soundtrack for I don't know what movie. But I have an insert here. So there's 14 tracks on this album. It should have been a double, probably. But they've squeezed it on. The tracks are about 28 minutes long on each side. And we have Turn 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 by Bob Seger, Suffer Girl by Brian Wilson. We've got a few Bill Frisell albums. Then you've got Rebel Rouser by Dwayne Eddy and Lee Hazelwood. Then Badger by Lee Hazelwood. Tired of Waiting for You by Ray Davis. And Telstar by Joe Meek finishes the album. This is a real fun album. A lot of short tracks and a few long tracks, but some short ones. Nothing special, I don't think, in saying that. Great covers he does. Fantastic. Recommended. Good fun album. Next we have Wishing on a Star. When You Wish Upon a Star from 2016. And this was released on Music on Vinyl. So this came about by Bill's love of theme tunes from the television and movies, and the sounds always stuck with him. So we have To Kill a Mockingbird, You Only Live Twice, Psycho, Shadow of Your Smile, Once Upon a Time in the West, Bonanza, When You Wish Upon a Star, Tales from the Far Side, Moon River, The Godfather, The Bad and the Beautiful, and Happy Trails, produced by Lee Townsend again. And this is these theme tunes done in Bill's style. So they're quite different from the original soundtracks. And I don't think... don't tell me who played on this. Oh, here we are. There's an insert here. So there's Bill there, playing away. So Bill Frisell, this is a rubbish. He's better. So there's Petra Hayden voice, Rudy Royston again on drums, Thomas Morgan appears on bass, and there's somebody on viola, can't quite make it out. Double album again, all on 33, Wish on a Star, very mellow for Bill, beautiful album. I think there was a 7-inch single off this too, it's available, which is I guess quite unusual for a jazz guitarist. Second last we've got Bill Frisell Music Is, and this was released in 2018, and this is Bill back to his roots, because it's only Bill on guitar. And he plays some, it's on Music on Vinyl, OK Again label, reissued by, or issued by Music on Vinyl. And he plays a few of his older tracks like The Rambler, In Line, a couple others. He also does a song called Ron Carter, which is up there. Fantastic album again, just Bill and his guitar, and I really like that because it strips away the noise of all the other instruments, and it's just, You're just hearing what Bill wants you to hear from his guitar. His thoughts is, it can be quite an emotional album, I think, quite hypnotic. Fantastic album. Now, he did release an album in 2019 called Harmony, which I don't have, but it's really credited to 3 other musicians, so it's not 100% a Bill Frisell solo album. And this is his latest album, Valentine, on Blue Note, not long released. There's Bill there, and a trio, and I'll show you the label as it's a blue.